Morning guys, how are you? It's a wet and windy day here in Adelaide. Again, how boring. But today we're going to do a little quick demo of some miso. Miso paste is a Japanese ingredient, inspired, comes from Japan. Here's our thing. Oh, 1 second. Let me just turn my camera around. Probably should have done this before. But there we go. This will help you guys actually read the things. There we go, miso, shiro miso. So there are a couple of different kinds of miso. If you go to Japan, there's hundreds, but what you'll get here in the shops is this lighter coloured miso, which is the shiro miso, and then there's also a red miso or dark miso, which is a lot heartier and what would you call it? A lot heartier and deeper. Something you put in a lot more sort of soupy, saucy type things. But this one's very, very versatile. So this is what we'll use. As you can see, it's quite a largish bag. What do we got here? 400 grams of it. I use a lot of miso, so I'll go through that. You guys will as well. If you follow some of these tips, it's actually something really cool to add into your armory. But if you don't want to go for the big bag and you're a bit nervous about it, then you can try and find these as well. There's instant miso packets. So inside this, what do we got? Hikari. Inside this bag, there are 12 packets of 18 grams, which is around about a tablespoon or so. And you get these little sachets, which are great for single use. People that don't want to use sort of too much miso. So yep, we'll go ahead with that. What we're going to do is a few little things. So I think I'll give you a little explanation first. That the miso is made with fermented soybeans, so it's actually quite good for you, miso. It's gluten-free, generally speaking. I'm sure there's some that have. Some are made with rice, some are made with barley, some are made with other things. So these ones tend to be gluten-free. You might want to check your packet just to make sure. They're made by fermenting soybeans and salt with a type of fungus called koji, and then they sit for anywhere from 5 days to up to 3 or 4 months to ferment and form their flavours, which is sort of it's really salty. Well, not like super salty, but like a little bit salty, where instead you don't need to add salt as well as miso, because the miso will be the salt component, a bit like using the soy sauce. And then it's also just a fraction sour, so a little bit of acid, sort of in place of the lemon. So it adds a balance and a depth to a dish that you might not get normally. It's also very high in protein, rich in vitamins and minerals, so lots of stuff for you to enjoy there. But we're going to start off by making a very quick miso soup today. So just bear with me as I change the camera angle. There we go. Oh, I look all backwards today. Okay, so miso soup, very, very simple. We're going to add some stock. I'm using chicken stock. If you're a vegetarian, vegetable stock, even just plain old water will do. So just add in a little cup of that, chuck it on boil. I might try and do this the more traditional way. So what we'll do is we'll add our miso into there, and then in Japanese kitchen they'd be using chopsticks, of course. And then what they do is they put the miso in the ladle and they mix it there. Add a bit more liquid, bit of a mix, just until it all comes together. So we'll just go a little bit with our miso. Actually, what we'll do, we'll use a bit of each. So today I'll use 1 sachet. I've got about a cup of stock there. 1 sachet of our miso paste. into the ladle. You see that just squirt out there? It's like it's like a runny peanut paste sort of thing. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of stock in there, mix it up. A little bit of stock, mix it up. A little bit of stock, mix it up. Just to get rid of all those lumps. And then once you've got your paste, it's very easy to just pour it in. And this is miso soup. Miso soup is generally served on the side of a lot of dishes in Japan. So just a tiny little cup there. Delicious. That's it. If you want to put some vegetables into it, you can. Put in some spring onions. What I've got here is a little bit of, I made a soup the other day, and I've got some carrots and shredded chicken and some peas. So basically a chicken soup, your standard chicken and veggie soup. And then what I'm just going to chuck that in there. This is a good way to use up leftovers of roast vegetables. If you've got some, some carrots and potatoes left over, make a little miso soup, and then take it to work the next day. So a little taste. Beautiful. So put that one in a bowl for Stewie to eat later. Because I'm going to reuse my pot. Right. Now what we're going to do here is make a little miso butter. So I've just got a small amount of butter. What's that? It's probably 30 grams. Obviously use more if you want to. This is going to be used for a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to use it on toast. In place of, I don't know if you guys like Vegemite. I love Vegemite. My wife hates it, but I love it. So I'm going to put this in here. So maybe half a teaspoon, add into the butter, and then just kind of mash it all together. Now while I'm waiting for my toast to cook, I'll just set that one aside. If you wanted to, in fact what we will do, is we'll make a little sauce. Now this little sauce is something that you can put onto chicken or fish or pork, even a bowl of noodles would be nice with this sort of buttery. This isn't the healthiest option, this one. I'll just put that in there. So just add a small amount, what's that, 60 mils or so of stock. Then we're going to add a little bit of butter. And again, we're going to add half a teaspoon or so of miso. And all we're going to do is just move that butter around in the not boiling but hot stock. And just move it around, swish it around until it creates this little buttery sauce. There's the toast. Whoa, good one, Stewie. Where's my apron? So nearly there. Don't want to over boil it because then the butter will split and it'll just go oily. But this little sauce is a great little go-to. Just to make, a boring piece of chicken. Say you've got some chicken and some steamed broccoli for dinner. Well then, whack a spoonful of this over the top and it will be delicious. So, 60 mils of stock, probably two teaspoons of butter, even as much as you like really. and then half a teaspoon of the miso paste. Toss your broccoli through that, pour it over some rice, pour it into a stir-fried greens, pour it over fried rice. Any of those things would be delicious. Toast. Standard toast. This is how to make toast a little bit more interesting than just plain old Vegemite in the mornings. Maybe you've run out. Great tip here. If you're travelling like Thomas Weldon, then you might want to be missing home or something and you haven't got any Vegemite. This is a good little substitute. So it's really just, this is the miso butter that we made before. We used about 30 grams of butter and some miso. Chuck it together, and that's how we make do without some Vegemite. Delicious. I could jar that stuff up, I reckon. Okay, last of all, something else that we can do. I'm just going to turn myself back onto the thing before I finish cooking for today. So last of all, what we can do is roast some veggies with miso. So if you've got pumpkin, works fantastically. Potatoes, carrots, any of those sort of hearty root vegetables. Smear a bit of miso. You can mix it with a bit of oil. Then you can smear it on onto the pumpkin, into the oven about 200 degrees for about 25 minutes. It's going to, or at least until you can pierce it with a knife. Then it's going to be nice and flavoursome, and just a change, a twist on that boring old pumpkin that, you know, gets a fair old workout. Still fine to put in salads, soups, you know, even just a plain dish if you're a vegetarian. Something to trick it up a little bit. Similarly with potatoes, probably just need to cook them a little bit longer. I've done miso pumpkin. What else have I done? I've used miso in scrambled eggs. Actually, maybe we should do that, shall we? All right, we got time. I got time. I got nowhere to be today. So let's get some eggs. Hopefully, yes. Got some very fresh. I'm going to put you back on the cooking angle. So hang on a second. Where are we? Find our range. There we go. Okay. We have got some very lucky, very beautiful, happy, healthy McLaren Vale eggs from the one and only Tanya Withers, whose happy little chickens provided me with 6 lovely eggs. So thanks, Tans, for your generosity. We're going to make a little 2-egg scrambled eggs today from the girls. Back in the fridge. So I've got 2 eggs in there. I just need a dash of milk. And I need, again, half a teaspoon of miso to go in there. So this is in place of salt and pepper. You don't really need to add any salt because it's got the miso in there. So just give them a quick whisk. Ready for our scrambling. Still got our pan here. Just to show that I'm not going to waste anything. And show that miso has multiple uses. I'm going to use that miso butter that we made before. So miso butter here. Let's put that into our pan. Get that melty. Once that's melted, which is very close to doing, just going to add just a titch of oil, just like a little bit. Okay, that's ready. Chuck our eggs in. Very quick scrambled eggs made with miso. And some people really like to work their eggs, get them really nice and fine. I like mine a bit ribbony, a bit sort of jammy. So what I do is I've put them in there, I just stir them quickly. I leave them until they start to form a little bit of a base. Then I zhuzh them up a bit. Back on the stove. Really doesn't take very long. Let's have some toast and some miso scrambled eggs, shall we? Yeah. So make your eggs how you like them. As I said, some people like to have them really broken up, and some people like them more ribbony. Depends if you're using cream as well, gives it a nice richness. Or just some milk, soy milk if you're dairy free. Oh, I'll just keep making miso all day, I reckon. It's good stuff. How many things have we done with it so far? Miso butter, miso on toast, miso soup, miso eggs on miso toast. Now I sound like Dr. Zeus. There we go. Let's have a little taste. Yummy! So, we've got our miso soup, going with our miso eggs and miso toast for breakfast. One more thing I reckon I'll do is a miso salad dressing. So, as long as you don't mind that I use the Royal Dalton Bear plate, because that's all I've got at the moment, we'll make a salad dressing. So, a little bit of oil. You can use sesame oil. I haven't actually got any in the pantry at the moment. So, a little bit of oil there. Once again, just a little bit of miso, probably just under half a teaspoon this time. Chuck that on. Maybe a dash of, so you can either add some red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, what's the other stuff? Or something like, maybe you've got something like this, like a little mirin dressing or something like that in your pantry. So another good opportunity to use it up. So, but I won't put that in. No, I will put that in. If you guys haven't got it, it doesn't matter. Just a pinch of sugar or even a touch of honey. So what's that? About the same as the miso, probably a teaspoon, and then probably a teaspoon of vinegar as well. Just mix that up. Miso salad dressing. Should we do another one? Sure, let's do another one. Sorry, boring old bowl this time. Okay, let's start again. Put some miso in our bowl. Put some oil. Tablespoon of oil. Soy sauce this time. Just an ordinary light soy sauce. A few drops of that. Again, if you've got sesame oil, use it. I don't have any. A bit of lemon juice. Juice of the lemon, half a lemon maybe. And do I have any? Yes, I do. Winning in the fridge today, I'll tell you that much. Some sesame seeds. Just some lightly toasted sesame seeds into our salad dressing. and then whisk that one up. Just a touch more lemon. This is a great salad dressing for some leftover noodles. Like, I've got some somewhere in the fridge. Yep. I've got some leftover spaghetti from the kids' dinner last night. So a little bit of spaghetti, you know, like this is just an interesting way to use up some leftovers. Maybe you've got some broccoli left over like last week. Bit of broccoli, some noodles, nice miso dressing, and you got yourself a takeaway lunch that you would probably spend 12 bucks on somewhere, but you've made out of the fridge. So let's see what they taste like. Maybe, I mean, even some couscous, yeah, because couscous is like pasta, so that might work, or rice. That's really yummy. Any sort of leftover stuff like that. So what have we done? We've done 2 salad dressings. That was the one with miso, red wine vinegar, bit of mirin dressing or sugar, some oil. That one's lemon juice, soy sauce, miso, olive oil, sesame seeds. Got our miso scrambled eggs with miso butter on toast. Miso soup. Now, if I had $1 for every time I've said miso in the last 10 minutes, well, I probably wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I hope that you've learned something about the wonders of the Japanese fermented soybean miso paste. Perhaps if there's something you want to know next week, then drop us a line. Cook Life Balance Facebook page, or you can email us contact@cooklifebalance.com, and Kat and I will get back to you. We love having your support every week, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week. So enjoy the miso show. See you later.